What if I told you that the reason you're not losing weight isn't because you're lazy? You could be eating what you think is healthy, walking every day, even cutting back on snacks, and still see almost no change on the scale. If that sounds familiar, you're probably making one of a few incredibly common mistakes that quietly work against your body. And trust me, the last one catches almost everyone. Let's get into it. The first mistake is eating too little. Sounds backwards, right? A lot of people think, if I eat less, I'll lose more. So breakfast becomes coffee, lunch becomes a salad, dinner is barely enough to fill you up. It might work for a few days. Then suddenly you're starving. You start craving chips, sweets, pizza, anything you can get your hands on. Here's what's happening. When you consistently eat too little, your body responds by increasing hunger hormones and making you feel more focused on food. At the same time, you may move less without even realizing it because your energy drops. That's why many people end up overeating later in the day. Instead of starving yourself, aim for a moderate calorie deficit. Eat meals with plenty of protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and high-fiber carbs so you stay full for longer. Weight loss should feel sustainable. Not like you're fighting your body every hour. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think healthy food automatically means weight loss. That's mistake number 2. Foods like nuts, peanut butter, smoothies, avocado, olive oil, and granola are nutritious, but they're also easy to overeat. Take peanut butter. A quick spoonful can turn into 3 or 4 without you noticing. That can add hundreds of extra calories before dinner even starts. Your body doesn't care whether those calories came from cookies or healthy trail mix. Calories still matter. That doesn't mean you should avoid healthy foods. Just be mindful of portions. Measuring them for a week or 2 can be eye-opening. Most people are surprised by how much they're actually eating. Now, this next mistake is surprisingly common. You're drinking your calories. Think about your average day. A fancy coffee in the morning, a soda with lunch, a fruit juice in the afternoon, maybe a sports drink after a workout. None of those seem like much on their own, but together, they can add several hundred calories without making you feel full. Liquids usually don't satisfy hunger the same way solid foods do, so your brain often doesn't tell you to eat less later. Water should be your go-to drink most of the time. If plain water feels boring, add lemon, cucumber, or a few berries for flavor. And if you enjoy coffee, that's fine too. Just be careful with the sugary syrups and whipped cream that can quietly turn it into a dessert. Now let's talk about something people often overlook. Mistake number 4. Not getting enough sleep. Ever notice how everything seems harder after a bad night's sleep? You feel tired. You want something sweet. You don't feel like exercising. That's not just a lack of willpower. Research shows that poor sleep can increase hunger hormones while reducing the hormones that help you feel satisfied. In other words, your body starts asking for more food, especially foods high in sugar and fat. Imagine sleeping only 5 hours. The next day, someone offers you a donut. Normally, you might say no. Today, it suddenly looks impossible to resist. Aim for around 7 to 9 hours of sleep if you can. It won't magically make the weight disappear, but it gives your body a much better chance to make healthier choices. And now, the biggest mistake of all, relying only on the number on the scale. This one discourages more people than almost anything else. You step on the scale every morning. One day you're down, the next day you're up 2 pounds. You panic. You think your diet isn't working, so you quit. But body weight naturally changes from day to day. Water, salt, hormones, digestion, and even a tough workout can all temporarily affect the number you see. That doesn't necessarily mean you've gained body fat. Instead of obsessing over daily weigh-ins, look at the bigger picture. Pay attention to weekly trends. Notice how your clothes fit. Take progress photos every few weeks. Celebrate having more energy. Walking farther without getting tired, feeling stronger. Those changes often show up before the scale does. Here's the truth. Losing weight isn't about finding the perfect diet. It's about avoiding the small mistakes that quietly slow your progress. Eat enough to stay satisfied. Watch portion sizes, even with healthy foods. Be mindful of liquid calories. Protect your sleep, and don't let one number decide whether you're succeeding. Small changes, done consistently, almost always beat extreme changes that only last a week. So before you start another diet, ask yourself, Which of these mistakes have you been making? Fix just one this week. Your future self will